So in our last lectures, we have seen photoelectric effect experiment. Yeah, in our last lectures, we have seen photoelectric effect experiment. Uska results ke baare mein dekhe, and we tried to explain those results with the help of Planck's quantum theory. Right? What are the results of the experiment? Whenever you are having frequency lesser than some certain amount, nu less than nu naught, no matter how high the intensity is, there is never current. In the experiment, there is no current. But as per Maxwell, the energy should be a function of only intensity. So if the intensity is more, the energy has to be more. So there has to be current. And when the intensity is less, if the frequency is greater than some certain amount, nu naught, there is always current no matter how low the intensity is. And in this context, if the intensity is increased, the current is increased. The magnitude of current got increased. Matlab initially come intensity pe, if the current is 2 amperes, if I am increasing the intensity, the current is increasing to 5 amperes, 10 amperes, so on and so forth. Okay. When both the intensity and frequency are more, we expect there has to be current, and there is current. If both the intensity and frequency is less, we expect there has to be no current, and there is no current. Okay. So in these two experimental conditions, Einstein, according to experiment, he is getting one result, and Maxwell, according to his prediction, the result is opposite. So we explained this with the help of Planck's quantum theory. As per Planck, the energy is emitted or absorbed in discontinuous manner, that is in the form of packets. We should treat the energy in the form of packet, but not in the form of a wave. As electromagnetic radiation, it has both the natures. It has dual nature, both particle nature as well as wave nature. You need to remember or understand that some of the experiments of science can be proved or can be understood with the help of wave nature. In this case, this particular experiment results can be verified with the help of particle nature. We cannot verify these results with the help of wave nature. Hence, we are considering the Planck's quantum theory. Quantum, the word quantum indicates photon. Okay. Quantum indicates photon or a packet of energy. Energy is absorbed or emitted in the form of packets, that is in discontinuous manner, and the energy of each packet is function of its frequency. Energy is directly proportional to its frequency, or E is equals to h nu, where h is called as Planck's constant, and the value of it is 6.625 or 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. You can also write the formula as, if I am having n number of packets in the system, the total energy becomes n times h nu. We also know C is equals to nu lambda. From this, we can write nu is equals to C upon lambda, or we can write the formula as the total energy is equals to n times hc upon lambda. Everyone, please calculate the value of h into C. Abhi, the value of C is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. H is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Please get me the value of h into C. Hc will be equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second into 3 into 10 power 8 मीटर पर सेकंड. सो आपको यहाँ पे सेकंड और सेकंड कैंसिल होगा. या
so 2 into 10 power minus 25 जैसे कुछ बात.
It is almost equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 25 जूल मीटर. वो आना चाहिए. एक बार देखो everyone, which is almost equal to, आपको 20 आएगा. 20 into 10 raised to minus 26 आएगा. You can write that as 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. Agreed? Yes. Please multiply 6.626 into 3. I think you will get 19 point something.
हाँ sir, 19.878 जैसा.
19.878. So you can write that as 20 into 10 raised to minus 26, which is almost equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 25 joule meter. Okay, remember this result क्योंकि हमको क्वेश्चंस में बहुत बार hc का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करने की जरूरत पड़ सकता है. So you can directly use 2 into 10 raised to minus 25 joule meter. The value of h into c is 2 into minus 25 joule meter. Okay, ठीक है. And इसी Planck's quantum theory में there are further 2 more points. At any instant, only one packet of energy can be supplied to an electron or any particle, and a packet of energy cannot be distributed among 2 electrons or 2 particles. Okay. इसके लिए आप एक ही एग्जांपल याद रखना. If you are having milkman, he is a continuous source of milk. If you are having milk packets, those are discontinuous. Whenever you see the word quantum, there will always be quantization. Quantization matlab any given quantity will have restriction on its value. You cannot have any value. There is some restriction on its value. In this case, there will be quantization of energy. You cannot have any amount of energy for the electron. You are having only some specific energies. You are having discontinuous energies. If you are having continuous orbits, you will be having continuous energies. Then there is no quantization. You have some discontinuous orbits, so there will be some discontinuous energies. You cannot have any value of energy for the electron around the atom. There are only some specific energies. Is this clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
That particular principle is called as quantization of energy. Yeah, Ayush, tell me.
सर नॉर्मली इलेक्ट्रॉन को कितना एनर्जी लगता है मतलब वो एटम से बाहर आने के लिए?
We will understand that in the next series. We will try to calculate the energies of each and every orbit. Don't worry. Once we do that, you can calculate the amount of energy required to remove the electron. Okay. Those are also standard questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So इसी चीज में we understood that the orbits around the nucleus are not continuous. If there are continuous orbits, the electron should continuously move away from the nucleus, and at one point of time, it can be removed from the atom. Agreed? इसके ऊपर it will be absorbing one packet, it will be moving away from the nucleus because there is an availability of the orbit. It will be absorbing another packet, it will be moving away from the nucleus because all the orbits are present. If all the orbits or all the roadways are present, the electron can move in that particular roadway. Okay. So if it is absorbing energy continuously, it has to move away from the nucleus continuously, and eventually it has to come out of the atom. But in the experiment, we saw no matter how high the intensity is, if the packet's energy is lesser than some certain amount, it can never be removed. आया समझ में ये वाला पार्ट आपको?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Agreed? Very good. Then we have seen another example where we are instanting a packet of 5h nu, but the energy required to remove the electron is 50h nu. You are also having an intermediate orbit whose energy is 5h nu. So whenever the electron is absorbing that packet, it is going into this particular orbit, which is having 5h nu. यहाँ पे आने के बाद, in order to move into this particular orbit, it needs 45h nu amount of energy, but you are supplying only 5h nu. Suppose if you are giving 9 packets at once to the electron, then it can have an energy of 45h nu and it can jump here. But at any instant, only one packet of energy can be supplied to the electron. Okay. So this can never happen. So hoga kya? It will again come back to its original orbit. The reason for that is ये जितना पास में रहेगा न्यूक्लियस से उतना ज्यादा स्टेबिलिटी होगा. Okay. It will always try to stay close to the nucleus. So it will emit back that particular 5h nu and comes back to its original orbit.
Sir, avoiding.
Yeah. So what will happen? The electron will keep oscillating between those two orbits, but it can never be removed from the atom. Clear?
Yes, sir.
In the
Yes, sir.
third case, Yeah. In the third case हमने क्या किया? We have incidented a photon of energy 50 h nu. The amount of energy required for the electron to move to this particular orbit is 50 h nu. ये जो particular orbit है, it is not under the influence of the nucleus. So if the electron reaches this particular free electron, मतलब it is not under the influence of nucleus. Okay. इस case में क्या हो रहा है? Whenever I'm incidenting a photon, each photon is removing an electron. एक photon एक electron को निकाल रहा है. So that particular electron will be contributing for the electricity or for the current. If you are having more number of photons, each and every photon will be removing one electron. So more are the photons, more are the electrons that are going to be removed, and more will be the electricity. Agreed? Or more is the current.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ
सर
रहा।
आवाज नहीं आ रही।
हाँ सर आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ sir.
Give me 2 minutes. There is some internet issue.
ओके
Yeah. What will happen whenever I'm incidenting energy more than the threshold energy?
Recording in progress.
Jairaj, can you make me the host?
Yes, sir. Adi.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So what will happen if you are incidenting energy greater than the threshold energy?
It will
The excess
convert
amount of
to
the electron will come out of the atom with kinetic energy. The excess amount of the energy will be converted into kinetic energy. Agreed?
yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the formulas. This is the only formula you need to remember. E incident is equals to E threshold plus kinetic energy. Okay, this is the maximum kinetic energy with which the electron can come out. Okay, because of some losses, some of the electrons may come out of the atom with kinetic energy lesser than this. But in general, they will be asking you what is the maximum kinetic energy that can be achieved by the electron whenever it is coming out of the atom. It is nothing but the incident energy minus the threshold energy. Okay? ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone, please solve this question. The number of photons of light having wave number 2.5 into 10 power 6 meter inverse necessary to provide 1 joule of energy. ये जो energy दिया है 1 joule of energy, please tell me, is this energy of one photon or energy of some n number of photons? Is this the total energy or the energy of one photon?
Total energy, sir.
Total energy.
It has to be total energy, then only they're asking the number of photons. Okay. Or if you calculate the energy of one photon using hc upon lambda, you will get that value lesser than 1 joule. Please calculate, everyone. The basic formula is E is equals to H nu. This is for energy of one packet. E total is equals to n times of H nu. This is energy of n packets, which is given as 1 joule. You can also H nu, right? You can also write this as, you don't know the frequency, so I am writing this as NHC upon lambda is equals to 1 joule. We know that 1 by lambda is equals to wave number, nu bar. So n into Hc into nu bar is equals to 1 joule. We need to calculate the value of n. H into C का value अभी आप लोगों ने क्या calculate किया?
2 into 10 raised to 25.
2 into 10 raised to minus 25. The unit is joule meter. Agreed?
Yes.
Nu bar is given as 2.5 into 10 power 6. Meter inverse का मतलब है 1 by meter is equals to 1 joule. So see the units. Meter और meter cancel हो रहे हैं, joule और joule cancel हो रहे हैं. We need to get only number, right? Because n is the total number of photons or total number of packets. So all units got cancelled, so you are left with only number. So if you solve this, क्या आ जाएगा? N
2 into
will be
10
equal to, ये 1 by 5 हो जाएगा. 2.5 into 2 will be 1 by 5. ये 10 power 19 हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I can write this as 10 into 10 power 18.
Yes.
10 into 10 power 18 upon 5, which is equal to 2 into 10 power 18. Agreed?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Shall I go to the next question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any doubt? Okay. Next question. I'm asking you to interpret what is meant by 50 watt. Anyone? What is watt or watt?
It's a
Unit of electricity.
Unit of power.
Unit of
Power.
power.
It is the unit of power. Okay. What is power?
For
By
on
time.
time.
energy consumed
on
or
time.
dissipated
Per unit
per
time.
unit time.
Okay. Work per unit time. What is the unit of work?
Joule.
Joule.
What is the unit of time?
Second.
Second.
Second. So can I write 50 watt as 50 joule per second?
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
इसका मतलब क्या है? 50 joules of work is done in a time of 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can I say that?
Yes. Sir.
50
Yes.
joule of work is done in 1 second. Suppose if I say I have a 50 watt bulb, इसका मतलब क्या है?
50 joules एक second में कर work.
It is nothing but 50 joules of energy is released by the bulb in 1 second. Okay. 50 watt bulb का मतलब क्या है? Everyone understand this. 50 watt bulb implies 50 joules of energy is emitted in 1 second. ये जो 50 joules है, it will be because of some n number of photons. So if I know the wavelength or frequency or wave number of the photon, that is emitted by the bulb, I can calculate the number of photons emitted by the bulb in 1 second. Agreed? हमको करना क्या है? You just need to do n times h nu is equals to 50 joules. Agreed? If you know the value of nu, the frequency of the bulb, the frequency of the source, you can calculate the number of photons or the number of packets emitted by the bulb in 1 second. So if they're asking us to calculate in 1 hour, in 10 hours, in 20 hours, can you calculate that? We just need to know the interpretation of watt. Watt is nothing but joule per second. So 100 watt matlab 100 joules per second. 1 second में 100 joules of energy release हो रहे. That 100 joules of energy is because of some n number of packets. Because energy is emitted or absorbed in the form of packets. Is this clear?
Yes.
With this idea, please solve this question. Number of photons emitted in 10 hours by a 60 watt sodium lamp emitting photons of wavelength 6000 angstroms. Please solve this. You can expect similar question in your JEE Mains and NEET. $60 watt is nothing but 60 joules of energy emitted in 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shivdatta, I think your answer is right. So what is the energy emitted in 10 hours? Energy emitted in 10 hours. This will be equal to 60 joules into 10 hours is nothing but 10 into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Which is equal to 6 cube into 10 power 4 joules. ना?
Yes.
6 and you have 1 2 3 4 इसलिए 10 power 4 6 cube into 10 power 4 और 6 cube कितना है 256 है क्या?
हाँ सर.
सर
Yes, sir.
क्या?
सर वहाँ पे 60 जूल पर सेकंड चाहिए ना?
हाँ इसलिए मैं यहाँ पे सेकंड से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं किया है. एनर्जी एमिटेड इज नथिंग बट पावर इनटू टाइम. So second cancel. Okay, you will get joules. सही है. Okay, so this is, I will write this as 256 only. 256 into 10 power 4 joules.
सर
What is the 256 नहीं क्या? 216 है ना?
हाँ.
Yeah. Okay. What is the formula for total energy? It is N times H nu. But
Yes.
in the question you are given lambda. So rather than writing the formula as H nu, you can write that as N times Hc upon lambda. Okay. This N times Hc upon lambda must be equal to 10⁴ joules. N into Hc का वैल्यू कितना है? 2 into 10⁻⁻25
-25.
joule meter divided by lambda is 6000
6 into
angstrom.
10.
10⁻10 meters. You need to
Yes.
substitute in terms of meters क्योंकि न्यूमरेटर में आपको meters में है. 216 into 10⁴ joules. So cancel कर लेना. Joule cancel होगा, meter cancel होगा. So calculate the value of N. Get the value of N, everyone. Is 6000 into 216 into 10⁴ into 10⁻⁻10 divided by 2 into 10⁻⁻25. यहाँ पे आपको 3000 हुआ. 10⁻⁻25 ऊपर गया तो it will be 10⁻+25. This will be 10⁻15. Can I write this as 648 into 10⁻22? Everyone? Or I can write that as 6.48 into 10⁻24. बाकी लोग, you have 10⁻4, 10⁻15, it is 10⁻19. ये 3 0 यहाँ पे शिफ्ट किया. 10⁻19 into 10⁻3 is 10⁻22. 216 into 3 is 648. So it is 645 into 648 into 10⁻22. Or I can write that as 6.48 into
Yes, sir.
6.48 into 10⁻24. These many number of photons are released in 10 hours. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just we are using only one particular formula. Energy of each photon is h nu. Energy of n number of photons is n times h nu. Okay. You just need to know how to interpret the question. 60 watt bulb है. 60 watt का मतलब 60 joules released in 1 second. So 10 hours में कितना energy release करेगा? That much amount of energy must be due to some n number of photons. So n times h nu is equals to the total energy. And as we know, the wavelength, I am converting this formula into nhc upon lambda. hc का value आप लोग याद रखना. Very helpful in solving questions. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next question. This is very easy question. First of all, I want you to understand what is meant by electron volt. Yeah, everyone, concentrate. A photon of energy 3.5 electron volt करके दिया है ना. 1 electron volt is equals to 1.6 into 10⁻⁻19 joules. 1 electron volt is equals to 1.6 into 10⁻⁻19 joules. This is the conversion which you need to use. Because finally you need to calculate the kinetic energy in terms of joules. This value is nothing but the charge of electron, 1.9 into 10, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. ये जो value है, this is nothing but charge of electron, ना? Yeah. Please solve this. Please put your video on. बाकी लोग 'आंसर' अब तक हो जाना चाहिए 'आंसर'।
Two point four into 10 power minus 19 joule.
Okay. Smith, what is the equation for photoelectric effect? Smith, yeah, Archit, tell me the equation for Einstein's equation for photoelectric effect.
हाँ सर
बताओ। The incident energy E incident must be equal to
काइनेटिक एनर्जी प्लस थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी
threshold energy plus kinetic energy. So they are asking about the kinetic energy. It is nothing but incident energy minus the threshold energy. Incident energy is 3.5 electron volt minus threshold energy is 2 electron volt. So it is 1.5 electron volt, but they're asking us in terms of joules. So you need to multiply this by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. Agreed? So
Yes.
it is 3 by 2. 1.6 into 3 is 4.8. 4.8 upon 2 is 2.4. So 2.4 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. This is the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron. Agreed? Age of particular conversion hai, electron volt and joule, very important. 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. Okay. Clear hai? Okay.
Yes.
Next question. When photons of energy h nu fall on an aluminum plate of work function W naught, photoelectrons of maximum kinetic energy K are ejected. If the frequency of the radiation is doubled, initially nu hai, abhi it became 2 nu. Then they are asking the maximum kinetic energy of the ejected electron. You are given options. So please solve the question and tell me the right option. There is only one formula which you need to use. E incident is equals to E threshold plus the maximum kinetic energy. Threshold energy is sometimes referred to as work function, which is given as W naught. Unless and until you change the metal, the work function won't be changing. It is a constant for a given metal. C 2K. Don't think 2K is the right answer. Once again, cross check, Isha. K plus H nu. I think that's the right answer. Karthik, A is the right answer.
हाँ सर मेरा भी ये आ रहा है.
Okay. A has to be the right answer. What is Einstein's equation for photoelectric effect? E incident is equal to E threshold plus kinetic energy. What is the initial incident energy? It is h nu.
Yes.
And the threshold energy is given as work function W naught plus the kinetic energy with which it is ejected is K. So from this, can you calculate the value of W naught?
Yes.
It is h nu minus K. In the second case, the frequency is doubled. So h into 2 nu हो जाएगा instant energy
हाँ
equal to work function तो अभी भी वही होगा W naught plus अभी KE in the second case let us call that as KE2. So this is 2h nu must be equal to W naught कितना होगा h nu minus K
Yes.
plus KE2. So from this, what is the value of KE2? It is h nu
H nu plus K.
plus K. Okay. Okay. Then now it is K plus H. Is this clear, everyone?
yes
Simple
sir.
formula application. You just need to apply the Einstein's equation for photoelectric effect, and you need to substitute the values. Please understand the question and substitute the values. In the first case, they are saying that the kinetic energy is K and the work function is W naught. The work function is a function of metal. Unless and until you change the metal, the work function won't be changing or the threshold energy won't be changing. Okay. So the threshold energy in the first case is also W naught. In the second case, it is also W naught because I am not changing the metal. Okay. Next question. The kinetic energy of the electron emitted when light of frequency so and so falls on a metal surface having threshold frequency 1.5 into 10 power 15 hertz. They're asking us to take the value of H as 6.6 into 10 raised to minus 34. No need to take that as 6.626. You can simply take that as 6.6 into 10 raised to minus 34. Again, simple formula application. Please solve the question. This time, Anushka, please tell me the answer. Anushka. या अरमान, तुम बताओ आंसर. Arman, answer. Okay. Check. Anushka, Arman, are you there in the lecture? Again, direct formula application. E incident for photoelectric effect, there is only one formula. E incident is equals to E threshold plus K.
Kinetic.
So if I want to calculate kinetic energy, it is the incident energy minus the threshold energy. Now you need to substitute the energy in terms of h nu because we are given frequency. E is equals to h nu, h into nu incident minus h into nu threshold. So I can write this as h into nu incident is 3.5 into 10 power 15 hertz minus threshold is 1.5 into 10 power
1.5 to
15
10 power
hertz,
15.
and the value of h is 6.6 into 10 raised to minus 34 into ये 2 into 10 power 15 हो जाएगा.
हाँ,
What is 6.6 into 2? It is 13.2
13.2.
into 10 raised to minus 34 into 10 raised to 15 will be 10 raised to minus 19 energy.
Yes.
Kinetic energy है ना, so the unit will be joule. Or I
Then we can
can
write it
also
as
write
1.32
1.32 into
10 raised to minus 18.
10 raised to minus 18. Agreed? I'm multiplying it by 10, dividing it by 10. Is this clear?
सर
Yeah.
सर इस क्वेश्चन में सिर्फ एक ही फोटोन इंसिडेंट क्या है ऐसे अज्यूम करना है हमें?
Always only one photon will be removing one electron. There is no
Okay.
assumption. That is the fact, na? There is only one photon will be removing one electron. So kinetic energy achieved by any electron is due to only one photon. Okay? एक
Okay.
photon एक electron के ऊपर गिरेगा and that particular electron will be coming out. Two photons cannot be given to the electron at a time, right?
Yes.
Clear, everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Solve these two questions. Today we will be solving only questions. This is straightforward. The ratio of energy of photon of 2000 angstroms wavelength radiation to that of 4000 angstroms radiation is. E 2000 upon E 4000. What is the formula for E?
H mu.
I can write this as h nu 1 upon h nu 2, but if we don't know the frequency, we will be writing this as hc upon lambda 1 divided by hc upon lambda 2, which is equal to lambda 2 upon lambda 1. So answer क्या हो
Yes.
जाएगा?
2.
2:1.
4000 upon 2000, which is equal to 2:1. Okay, next question. Again, direct question. The threshold wavelength is 5000 angstroms. Its work function will be. Just need to know the conversions. आंसर कितना है? Am I right? 4
Yes.
into 10 raised to minus
Yes, sir.
19 joules.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, solve this question. This is a good question. Similar question you can expect for JEE mains. Mains and NEET.
Sir, it is kilojoules, right?
It is
242.
kilojoules. 242 kilojoules per mole. Try to understand the question first. The energy required to break 1 mole of Cl-Cl bonds in chlorine is 242 kilojoules per mole. The largest wavelength of light capable of breaking single Cl-Cl bond is. Yes, you need to find the E incident. From the T incident, you need to find the value of lambda. Take 2 minutes, आप लोग solve करो. Understand the question. What is meant by this 242 kilojoules per mole? इसका मतलब क्या है? First of all, let everyone. What is meant by 242 kilojoules per mole? How to interpret this?
To break 1 mole of Cl2, we require 242 kilojoules of energy.
Exactly. To break 1 mole of Cl-Cl bonds. Okay. If I am taking 1 mole of these Cl-Cl bonds, इनको break करने के लिए, what is the amount of energy that is required? 242 kilojoules. Okay. 1 mole का मतलब क्या है? What is 1 mole? They are asking us to take mole as 6.02 into 10 power 23. Mole is simply a number. All those students who didn't attend the
Yes.
first chapter, mole का मतलब एक number है बस. Just like a dozen. Dozen मतलब 12 है ना? Just like dozen, just like century, just like million, billion. Mole is simply a number. So in order to break 1 mole of Cl-Cl bonds, the amount of energy required is 242 kilojoules. 1 mole मतलब 6.02 into 10 power 23 Cl bonds break करने के लिए the amount of energy required is 242 kilojoules. What will be the energy required to break 1 Cl-Cl bond?
242 upon 6.02. Okay,
It is 242 upon 6.02 into 10 power 23 kilojoules. एक को break करने के लिए. This amount of energy, it is given in the form of photon. Cl-Cl के बीच में bond है. इसको break करने के लिए what I am doing? I am incidenting energy in the form of photon. Okay. Each bond will be requiring only 1 photon, or each bond can accept 1 photon at a time. So if you are having 1 mole of bonds, you will be requiring 1 mole of photons. But they are asking only what is the amount of energy or what is the wavelength? What is the wavelength of the photon that is required to break this particular bond? So if you know the energy, can't you calculate the wavelength? This energy must be equal to h nu, na? This must be the energy of photon. In order to break the bond, you are incidenting photons. Each photon will be breaking one bond. Total photons kitna hoga? If you want to break 1 mole of bonds, you require 1 mole of photons. Okay. They're asking us what should be the wavelength of one photon in order to break one single Cl bond Cl. I hope this is clear. This must be equal to Hc upon lambda. So 242 into 10 power 3 joules upon 6.02 into 10 power 23 must be equal to Hc is 2 into 10 raised to minus 25 joule meter upon lambda. Look at the options. The options are very far from each other. You have 594, 640, 700, 494. So you can do approximations. In order to solve this quickly, you can do approximations. यहाँ पे joule cancel होगा. So you can mark the 6.242 upon 6.02 as 6 4s 24. You can take this as 4.
Yes.
2 1s to 2s. So what will be the value of lambda? Lambda equal to 10 power 23 into 10 raised to minus 25 divided by 2 into 10 power 3. Agreed? Which is equals to 0.5 into 10 power 20 हो जाएगा.
Sir,
10 raised to minus 5 meter. Yeah.
sir, it should be
Tell me.
40, no? Not 4.
कहाँ पे? Sorry. Thank you.
हाँ.
This has to be 40 times. So this has to be 20. यहाँ पे भी आपको और एक 10 आ जाएगा फिर. 20. So this has to be 10 raised to minus 6 हो जाएगा फिर. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Everyone, please see the calculation. This has to be 10 raised to minus 6 meters. They're asking us in terms of nanometers. So multiply this by 1000 divided by 1000. क्या हो जाएगा? 500
500.
into 10 raised to minus 9 meters, which is equal to 500 nanometers. Okay, this we got by doing some approximation. I'm taking this as 40 times, but it is not exactly 40. If you do the exact calculation, you may get 494. Okay, this is close to 494.
490.
I am doing an approximation here because all these values are very far to each other. 594, 640, दूर है ना? Hence, I'm doing some approximation in order to do the question quickly. Exam में आपको time बचाना very very important. Okay? Is this clear? बाकी लोग see the calculation once again. यहाँ पे I have taken this as 40 times. यहाँ पे 220 हुआ. So lambda is equals to 10 power 23 into 10 raised to minus 25 upon 20 into 10 power 3. So this is equal to 1 by 2 comma 0.5 लिया. 1 by 2 हुआ तो this will be 10 power 4 ना. So यहाँ पे आपको 10 raised to minus 6 आया. In order to convert into nanometers, nanometer is 10 raised to minus 9 meters. 10 raised to minus 9 आने के लिए I have divided by 1000 and I have multiplied it by 1000. क्योंकि वेरिएशन नहीं होना चाहिए ना. So 10 raised to minus 6 upon 1000 is 10 raised to minus 9. 0.5 into 1000 is 500. So this is 500 nanometers, which is close to 494 nanometers. Clear? Agreed? Okay.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. This question is JEE advanced question. This question came in the year 2011. मतलब 10 साल पहले. 2011. Please solve this question. Easy question, not at all difficult. So JEE advanced में भी आपको questions easy रहेंगे once you know the concept. The work function of some metals is listed below. You are given different metals: lithium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, copper, silver, iron, platinum, tungsten. Okay. The work function is given in terms of electron volts: 2.4, 2.3, so on so forth. You are incidenting a light of 300 nanometers. You are incidenting a photons of 300 nanometers. You need to tell me from which of the following metals you can observe photoelectric effect. Matlab, from which of the following metals electron can be removed. If the incident energy is greater than the threshold energy, these are the threshold energies. If the incident energy is greater than threshold energy, then you can observe photoelectric effect. So convert this particular wavelength into energy in terms of electron volt. 1 electron volt kitna hai? 1 electron volt equal to
1.6 into 10 power minus 90.
Very good. So please solve the question and tell me the answer. This is integer type question. Matlab you need to tell me how many of the metals, 4 or 5 or 6, will show photoelectric effect. Okay. Is this the threshold energy? Sorry, is this the incident energy in terms of electron volt? Tell me the value of this.
Yes, sir.
What is the value of this? This is 20 upon 10 raised to minus 19 ऊपर गया तो 10 raised to plus 19. 10 raised to plus 19 into 10 raised to minus 18 is 10, right? So
Yes.
20 upon 1.6 into 3 is 4.8
Yes.
electron volt. So what is 20 upon 4.8? It is 4.16.
4.16.
4.16 electron volt. ये जो है, this is the incident energy, right? This particular energy is E incident. If the incident energy is greater than threshold energy, then only you can have photoelectric effect, right?
Yes.
For photo emission. For photo emission, E incident must be greater than E threshold. So इस केस में जो threshold energy है, it is lesser than the incident energy. So यहाँ पे
Yes.
can you have photoelectric effect?
Yes.
In case of lithium, yes. In case of sodium, ये 2.4 है, 2.3 है, and this is 4.16. This is greater value. So you can have photoelectric effect in case of sodium. Agreed? Potassium में भी होगा, magnesium
हाँ,
में भी होगा. Can you have photoelectric effect with copper?
No.
No, because this is having energy of 4.8.
4.8.
Threshold energy is 4.8, but you are incidenting only 4.16. नहीं होगा, इसमें भी नहीं होगा, इसमें भी नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा. So you are having only 4 metals where you can observe photoelectric effect using 300 nanometers wavelength. Agreed? Clear है? देखो, this is one of the easiest questions for JEE Advanced. So JEE Advanced में आपको easy questions भी रहता है. Out of all the questions, majority of the questions will be easy to moderate. There are only some questions will be of very high level. If you solve those questions, you can improve your rank. Okay. If you are thorough with your basic concepts, if you understand all the concepts and if you remember all the concepts, it is sufficient to secure a rank in JEE Advanced. In order to improve your rank, you need to solve most of the questions. Okay. If you want to get a rank below 100, तब आपको और मेहनत करने की जरूरत है. But if you want to get a rank below 5,000, whatever questions we are solving in the classroom, if you are thorough with those questions, if you can apply all the things, you can definitely get a rank below 5,000 easily. Okay. I hope सब लोग ने नरेंद्र अवस्थी बुक लिया है.
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
You can start solving questions from that book. You can start solving questions. You can solve questions from photoelectric effect. Next question. The graph between. I hope every one of you know how to plot graphs. आता है क्या आप लोग को to plot graphs?
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
एक मिनट, आप सब लोग को समझाता हूँ. Some common graphs which you need to be aware of. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. Any line which passes through origin. Any line which passes through origin will have the form y equal to mx, where m is called slope. M is called slope. ये जो particular line है, and that m is given by tan theta. More is the slope, more will be the angle. Okay, this particular line is having more slope when compared to this line, and both the lines are passing through origin. So ये जो particular slope है, depends upon the value of m. More is the value of m, greater will be the slope. Agreed? Okay. Okay. If you are having line something like this, suppose you have y equal to mx plus c. You're having a constant. This c is a constant. This c is also called as y-intercept. Y-intercept. Y-intercept का मतलब क्या है? The point where the line will be touching the y-axis. The point where the line will be intercepting the y-axis. Intercept मतलब जहाँ पे वो touch कर रहे हैं या cross कर रहे हैं. If the line is touching the y-axis, any point on the y-axis will have the x-coordinate 0. Agreed? Any point on the y-axis will have the x-coordinate 0. So if you are substituting x equal to 0, you will get the value of y. Okay. So suppose if you are having this c as positive, everyone understand this? If you are having this c as positive, this particular point will be 0, c. And the line will be, suppose slope ko bhi, I'm taking the m as positive. This will be the line. Okay. यहाँ पे एक मिनट. What is meant by y-intercept? If you put x is equals to 0, you will get the value of y as c. So this particular point is 0, c. If you put y is equals to 0, if y equals to 0, what will be the value of x? X will be equal to minus c upon m.
Yes.
Okay. If c is positive, m is also positive. C be positive, m is also positive. What should be the value of x coordinate? It should be negative.
Negative.
Okay. So ये जो particular point होगा, जहाँ पे ये touch करेगा इसको, this particular point, this is a negative point. देखो, इस particular axis यहाँ पे positive है, यहाँ पे negative है. So this is the point which is negative, and the value of it will be minus c by m, 0. Agreed? Okay. It all depends upon the values of c and m. अगर m positive है तो you will be having this as negative. M and c, both of them, if both of them are positive, the value of x-intercept. X-intercept का मतलब क्या है? The point where the line is touching the x-axis. Okay. X-axis पे it is touching at minus c by m, 0. Any point on the x-axis, the y-coordinate will be 0. Agreed? Okay. Similarly, suppose मान लेते c is negative. Let us take c as negative. Y equal to mx plus c. If c is negative, तब क्या होगा line? What is y-intercept? If I am keeping x as 0, you will get the point as 0, c. But now c is negative. C negative का मतलब क्या है? यहाँ पे रहेगा वो point. This is 0, c. But now the value of c is negative. इसलिए I have plotted that below the origin. If c is positive, it will be above the origin. The point will be above the origin. If c is negative, the point will be below the origin. Agreed? Okay. And I'm taking this m as positive. If m is positive and c is negative, what is the value of x? X will be minus c upon m. अब बताओ. What should be the value of x? It should be positive value.
Yes.
C is negative. C negative, M positive. A layer. So what should be the value of x-intercept? Minus c by m का value क्या होगा? Overall positive रहेगा. Positive matlab it will be, there will be a point here on this side. Okay, so this will be the line. Agreed? Okay. Similarly, you can also get lines. Directly आप लोग mark कर सकते हो. You can also get lines something like this. इसमें क्या हुआ है? This is 0, C. In this case, C positive है, इसलिए point आपको यहाँ पे आया है. And the slope, if you are having line in this direction, the slope is positive. If you are having lines in these directions, the slope is negative. यहाँ तक slope positive है, यहाँ से negative है, ठीक है? So यहाँ पे I can definitely say M as negative. और एक variation क्या हो सकता है? I can have line something like this, right? यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? ये जो intercept है, ये भी negative है. C negative and the slope is also negative. Clear? Is this clear, everyone? You can have line like this, or you can have line like this. You can have line like this, or you can have line like this. Okay. Now they're asking us the graph between kinetic energy as well as frequency. What is the expression for kinetic energy and frequency of the incident radiation?
Einstein equation.
half mv square.
नहीं, kinetic energy or incident radiation. K is equals to E incident minus
Work.
E thrust. Okay, which is nothing but H into nu minus H nu naught. देखो,
Yes.
ये जो kinetic energy है, I am plotting this on, in every option I am plotting this on y-axis, and ये जो nu है, I am plotting this on x-axis. So I can write this as, इसको मैं y mark करके, y is equals to H into nu, I am plotting that as on x-axis minus some intercept C, और इसको hx plus minus h nu naught put कर सकता हूँ. Agreed?
हाँ.
Agreed? यहाँ पे देखो, is h a positive value or a negative value? Positive.
Positive.
So is the
Positive.
slope positive or negative?
Positive.
Slope is positive, so it has to be line something like this. इस साइड होना चाहिए, ठीक है? It should not be this. Agreed? Okay. So ये जो particular graph है, ये तो गलत हो गया. So it can be among these, and this is not y equal to mx. You are having some intercept ना, so ये भी गलत होगा. So the line can be either this or this. Okay. ये कब होगा? If the intercept is positive. ये कब होगा? If the intercept is negative. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everyone. This is the line if the intercept is negative. See the intercept, it is minus h nu naught, na?
Yes.
It is negative intercept. So this has to be the graph. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
You just need to plot this particular graph. You need to see Ke versus nu. Ke किस axis में है? Y axis में है. Nu किस axis में है? X axis में है. So replace the Ke by Y and replace the nu by X. So this is Y is equals to mx plus C. This C is negative, इसलिए आपको यहाँ पे आएगा. And if the C is positive, आपको यहाँ पे आया होगा. Slope is already positive. Okay.
Yes.
Slope positive है तो आपका इधर यहाँ पे होगा या ये वाला होगा. It depends on intercept. यहाँ पे intercept positive है, यहाँ पे intercept negative है. So answer is D. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is the last question. In the next lecture, we will go to the next theory, which is Bohr's theory of atom. Before going to Bohr's theory of atom, we will see an experiment and we will see the idea behind the Bohr's theory. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
सर आप वो न्यू नॉट लेते हो ना,